So, if you didn't know, right, Quest Quest is actually a accompanying story in the third volume of the light novel, together with another story called Memoria of the Goddess, if I'm not wrong. So this is the first one to get adapted into the game. So it is pretty exciting. I did read like briefly the story, so I sort of know what happens. And if the game itself, right, is a I think that about does it, so let's begin. I'm just using a training team right now, but the training team is pretty high in level, so they might just one-shot everything in like normal, so we'll see. But first let's begin with the normal things, like checking their resistance and all. So with the resistance checks, pretty much I don't have to use any skills, I can just normal attack. There's one other thing that's running now, I'm not sure about the NA server, but the JP server has the lottery event, which they call it the Lot Horario. So basically what the event is about is to celebrate the first anniversary for DanMachi Memoria Freese. They are holding several events. One is the Lord Horario event. The second is the celebration event, which will be held at, I don't remember the venue, but it'll be held on the 9th of June, if I'm not wrong, starting at 7 p.m. And if I remember correctly, right, the tickets for the place have already been fully claimed because it's like free and all. So basically, the Law Rario event and this event that I'm talking about, right, they are interrelated in that they will be drawing the prizes for the Law Horario event live at the celebration event itself. So what the Law Horario event is about is you complete certain missions to get lottery slips for a chance to get prizes. So there's categories 1 to 7 for prizes, and those who do not win any of the previous categories will get the category 7 prize of about 50 to 100,000 values. So the price, of course, gets decreases as the category goes down, but pretty much up to like category 5, it's still pretty worth it, because category 5 is where you get one 4-star ticket with like one 3-star ticket and about like 10 Jagamaru coins, which is what the English one calls potato puff, if I'm not wrong. And I think the first prize is 5 Adventurer Select tickets, 5 Assist Select tickets, 10 3-star ticket draw gadgets, like those normal golden tickets that you can exchange, and 250 Jagamaru coins, if I'm not wrong. Then after that, it's like 4 assist select tickets, 4 adventure select tickets, about like 8 or something. Yeah, I can't remember the specifics, but it roughly go along those lines. And what else? There will be a 555, or is it 5 million? 555 thousand download. It might be 5,555,000. Well, but basically, it's to celebrate the download milestone being achieved. So from tomorrow onward, you have a chance to get a maximum of 100 gems, if I'm not wrong, over a couple of days. Or it might be 150. Yeah, I apologize for the very vague information because I only vaguely remember and I didn't recall, like watch the video to recall prior to like making this video, so all my information are vague as to the exact amounts that you will get. But pretty much you get quite a number of gems, or what they call areas, and you will also get room date outfits for Hestia, Eyes, and Ryu because they were the top 3 for the Valentine's poll. Therefore, they have taken the liberty to make, design, and implement their outfits in the game. So these outfits can be claimed on the 1st, 4th, and 7th, if I remember correctly. What I definitely remember is the first day will give you one of the outfits. But, well, let's move on to some general discussions. So, currently, do take note that there's this bug in the game where upon entering the PvP page, when you try to start a PvP battle, you won't be able to choose a party. The game will crash before it even reaches the party page, so please do not access the PvP arena until they have addressed the issue. If not, you will have to reconnect to the game. I've tried this twice, so pretty much you can't access it. But if you're able to access it, do tell me what team what party does the game show you when you first go to the party select screen. Other than that, for now, what I've observed for the PvP meta is that the PvP meta is heavily focused on physical attackers because of the abundance of physical attackers that attack immediately on the first turn. So they are very advantage. They have a huge advantage when it comes to PvP battling, which is why a lot of people go for them. And there's also the fact that they're implementing a lot of anti-ban, I will call it anti-mana, but anti-magic magic countermeasures, basically. Even with the new characters, but it's arguable because Lily is a magic attacker with the concept of finally allowing magic attackers to have someone who can decrease the magic resistance of one opponent, like the general magic resistance, not elemental based magic resistance reduction. But we have a very powerful countermeasure to magic, which is Nasha, because for Nasha, right, she has the ability to buff the team's magic resistance by 30%, which is a first in the game. She's the first character in the game to be able to buff for such a high amount and be at a 3 to 4 turns, if I'm not wrong. We'll check it out later, but with this buff, the meta will further be moved towards physical attackers, which is very, very, very bad. Because it will show that the game is reverting back to its old ways, you can call it, which is about like 7 months ago, where physical attackers are just rampant and magic attackers are like nowhere to be found. But a saving grace from the game is that the developers have decided to revamp more characters, which will take place around 27th May, around there, the end of May, where Sailor Uniform Asfi, Adventurer Ryu, Amazoness Lafia, who else? Amazoness, yeah, Amazoness Eyes too. I might have left out one or two, but okay, for these 4, right? For Sailor Uniform Asui, her sleep skill will be upgraded to be able to deal damage whilst affecting sleep. The sleep percentage will not change, being 15%. Or it will change to 15% rather. And the MP consumption will increase by about 12 to 30 something. For Amazoness Lafia, her skill will also have fire damage inflicted to all opponents, whilst being able to seal them. and her single target skill will now allow her to inflict damage whilst increasing her magic for the skill activation only. Then for eyes, her AoE skill will now also decrease the opponent's guard by 30%, and her ability will change drastically. There will be a new ability called Swords. Swordsman, if I'm not wrong. Basically, it's Kenshi, and it allows her strength to be increased by 60%. Thus, after the update, you will realize that her strength is now over 1000 due to that skill, and also partly due to other ability changes which allow her to have multiple abilities that increase her power. And lastly, for Ryu, her buff, which increases the ally's magic and agility by 25%, will be changed to 30% in light of her wide use. So they would like to make her more useful, thus the increase. And it might also be partly due to the more powerful buff skills being available in the game. Therefore, they changed it. So this comes as the second change to characters in the game from the first, which changed Mikoto, Adventurer Mikoto, like the one that is not in Event Limited, Adventurer Adventurer Finn, Adventurer Bat, Adventurer Eyes, Adventurer Bell, and Adventurer Lafia. These were the longest characters in the game. Thus, as the game progressed, the skills slowly became obsolete. Thus, they changed the skills to make them relevant to the game itself. But honestly, this game is pretty good for now because all the characters, with reference to 3-star and 4-star characters, each have their own role to play. Although some 3-star characters will get obsolete as you get better 4-star characters, there are still 3-star characters that are relevant even after you get the 4-star characters, like the 3-star adventurer Tione, which can taunt all opponents. She's still relevant because there are very few taunts, 4-star taunts in the game, and some 4-star taunts only activate their taunts late in the game, unlike Tione, which taunts from the second turn, the first turn being a setup for her to deal even more damage. But honestly, for the first changes to the characters, right, they were more of changes so that there will be more killer types available in the game. Because after the change, Adventurer Bell had Ox Killer, dealing 60%, or rather, increasing his status by 60% when battling against Ox type monsters. Then Ice got the Insect Killer. Lafia got the Spirit Killer. Bat got what did Bat get? Well, one of the killers, was it Beast Killer or something? Uh, can't remember. Might be Beast Killer.